Let's begin the show with Pakistan, a country that never stopped supporting terrorism despite international condemnation and warnings. Islamabad now finds itself in a pit that it had dug for others, as Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, an offshoot of the Afghan Taliban, has been targeting Pakistan repeatedly, resulting in the loss of life and property. However, repeated attacks by the outfit prove that the country is incapable of dealing with the menace. We have a report.
The year 2021 marked the resurgence of the Afghan Taliban, and with their growing influence, the activities of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan intensified in Waziristan, situated at the doorstep of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and the federally administered tribal areas. The TTP consistently targeted Pakistan, leaving behind a devastating trail of destruction, loss of life and property. It became evident that the nation, which had harbored and supported Taliban leaders for decades, was now facing the bitter consequences of its past actions. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who once celebrated the Taliban's rise, painted it as the liberation from slavery and deemed the newly formed Taliban government as pro-Pakistan. However, the grave consequences of such statements became apparent over time. In a recent incident, an improvised explosive device targeted a police truck transporting around 25 policemen for anti-polio campaign duties in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The bomb blast resulted in the death of 5 soldiers, with dozens more injured. The attack occurred in Mahmud, Bajaur district, an area approximately 14 kilometers away from Afghanistan, witnessing increased attacks since the Taliban's control of Kabul in 2021. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan later claimed responsibility for this attack.
हमारी जो बेसिकली है ज़िम्मेदारी यही है कि हम हर पोलियो टीम को चाहे उसमें एक बंदा हो 2 बंदे हो हम उनको पोलियो की पुलिस की सिक्योरिटी फ्राहम करते हैं। तो ये इस सिलसिले में बारी बात है, ये दूर के इलाकों में यहाँ से लाइन से हम नफरी रवाना करते हैं। तो वो ट्रक जो था वो टारगेट था आज उनका, और उसको उन्होंने टारगेट किया। उसमें 5 हमारे शहदा की तादाद है और उसमें 20-21 जो हैं वो ज़ख्मी हैं अभी तक।
TTP's brutality, highlighted by the 2014 Peshawar Army School attack, where 150 people, including 134 innocent students, lost their lives, showcased Pakistan's vulnerability. The Islamabad regime, which once sheltered and financed the TTP, now found itself with limited options, resorting to blaming the Afghan Taliban for providing safe havens to terrorists. The gravity of the situation necessitated a firm response and serious attention from both the regime and defense forces. Reports revealed 665 attacks in KP since June 2022, emphasizes the urgency for structural changes to prevent further loss of lives. Therefore, Pakistan must commit to a comprehensive structural change for the betterment of the situation, avoiding the loss of more personnel and civilians.
Pakistan possibly did not calculate or account for this state of affairs, because if you look at Pakistan's strategizing, it is short term. They live from strategy to strategy, tactic to tactic. The first strategy to get the Americans out of Afghanistan has succeeded. Not what about part 2? Part 2 is a problem because the Taliban in Afghanistan have made it very clear that they are not willing to act as Pakistan's proxies. Certainly when it comes to the activities of TTP in Pakistan. And the second part is there are now non-state actors in Pakistan, actually terrorists, who now are using their resources, their training against the Pakistan state. Under these circumstances, for the ISI to control them is impossible. The Pakistan army would have to step in and undertake such steps that the populations where these activists or these terrorists are located would be violently alienated. So Pakistan is caught in a trap of its own making. I'm not too sure the Pakistanis will be able to do something about it.
As the nation grapples with financial deficits, political turmoil, and the repercussions of supporting terrorism, it becomes clear that a drastic change is imperative. The path ahead is challenging, but Pakistan has no choice but to confront its past mistakes and rectify its course to break free from the shackles of terrorism, forging a brighter and peaceful future for its people.